With us now is distinguished attorney Bill Graham, and he, of course, is a Republican candidate for governor. And Mr. Graham, we welcome you to Triad today.
Jim, great to be here.
Let's
be in the Triad.
Yeah, let's hit the ground running now and talk about the gas tax that you fought against. You used your own money to buy TV ads, drum up a petition, and of course, in your mind and a lot of others' minds, it was very successful. How much did it make a difference?
Well, to date, it's made over $180 million worth of difference to the driving public of North Carolina. It's the only tax relief the consumer, the driving public, has had in many a year. I'm very proud of that effort. Now, what we did there was just ask the people, after having defined a problem after Hurricane Katrina, where we raised our gas tax on top of very high prices,
right,
saying, look, that's wrong. Here's
bordered on profiteering.
It did. And what we did was ask them to sign a petition, didn't ask for any money. People responded and we got change.
That's great. Speaking of saving people money, we have railed against Blue Cross Blue Shield on this program many times. I think their top 4 or 5 executives making over $1 million each, 2 of them making over $2 million each, giving themselves 20% raises and bonuses while raising premiums. Is there anything you can do to attack that problem, maybe even capping premiums?
Yes, there's a lot you can do. One thing you can do is reinvigorate the consumer and give the consumer more choice and spur competition in this state. We don't have competition, and therefore we have too many people uninsured and not enough competition on the insured population. And so what you have is a situation where people are stuck with high premiums and then at the risk of having the slightest bit of a pre-existing condition and then being thrown out of the insured pool onto the backs of the uninsured population, which then you're paying for because those folks end up at the ER,
right,
which everyone knows. We've got 1.3 to 4 million uninsured in North Carolina. That's unacceptable, and as governor, I'm going to fix that.
Well, that's good news. Now, short of running for Congress or president, which you won't be doing now because you're running for governor, but right, but short of that, what can you do to stem the tide of the job losses that are due to unfair trade pacts?
Well, we can lower our taxes, get our regulatory burden in hand, stop spending so much taxpayer money on projects that are not worthwhile. But the best thing you can do is improve the roads, improve the schools, and lower taxes and be more competitive. Our neighbors in Virginia, Tennessee, and South Carolina are doing far better in job recruitment and job retention than we have for a long time. So we've got a lot to do in this area, and I'm looking forward to getting about the job.
Some of us, like Judge Orr, who's in the race, and myself, believe that industry incentives need to go, and it seems that for the most part, wealthy CEOs are moving jobs around from one state to the other, within the state from one city to the other, which is not a net gain. Would you join Judge Orr if you're elected governor and others and say we need to get rid of these incentives?
The large incentives that we've been playing with the large corporations, we need to be very careful with those. There's a recent one that I'm sure you know of about Goodyear and Bridgestone. $60 million of taxpayers' money went to those 2 corporations, and no guarantee of worker security or any benefit coming back to the taxpayer. If it's not a cost-benefit plus for the taxpayer, we ought not to do it. What I want to do is change the game that North Carolina plays. We're always trying to go out there and hit big press splashes and trying to get the large corporations to come here. North Carolina ought to be smarter about that. We ought to go and recruit the small and medium-sized growth companies, but grow the companies that we have here at home first, and supplement through external growth of small and medium growth companies.
What can we do to stem the dropout rates in the high schools?
I think you have to start with middle school initiatives and high school initiatives. Bring back a lot of the trade and vocational training that we've gotten away from. We're losing a lot of talent by simply forcing children and high school students that would otherwise be perfectly suited for a trade or a skill education and trying to force them into a college curriculum that they don't want to do, or they don't feel is suitable for them at the time they're going through school.
Bill Graham, thank you and good luck to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.